Jeff Bezos' space venture Blue Origin auctioned off a seat on its upcoming first cruise spaceflight on Saturday for $28 million. The winning bidder, whose name wasn't released, will fly to the edge of space with the Amazon founder and his brother Mark on Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket, scheduled to launch on July the 20th. The company said it will reveal the name of the auction winner in the coming weeks. Ayodeji Osibona, head of training and development at Audacity Capital, joins us from London to discuss further. Ayo, good morning to you. This $28 million auction of the Blue Origin flight seat, is this like the main revenue stream for the Bezos company?
I think Bezos raised most of his capital through sales of his Amazon stock. Amazon's been very disruptive with the pandemic, and Amazon's been very, very profitable as well. So majority of his capital came from his stock. And as we all know, he stepped down as CEO of Amazon. So Jeff Bezos is actually gambling with his own life, showing us that he believes in his project and he's well proven. And we all respect him as a businessman. So he's had test flights and it's been successful. So he's actually going now on his own and with his brother, showing the whole world that this is what I believe in, this is my vision. And clearly people are going to follow him and back his project.
Interesting stuff indeed. He is putting his life on the line. How do you think the company Blue Origin will stack up to competition from, SpaceX? And we're going to talk about Virgin in a few minutes, but how do you think it'll stack up against those other companies?
Okay, we have three main players in the space industry. We have Elon Musk, and we have Richard Branson, and we have Jezz Bezos. All these three people are multi-billionaires. So what way are they trying to go to space? Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos want to actually charter commercial flights to space with short visits, while Elon Musk wants to actually make multiple trips to space during a short space of time. So all three individuals are approaching this space exploration project in different innovative ways. But we got to look at the background of these individuals as well. Richard Branson is well proven with his Virgin brand, and we have to understand he's dyslexic as well. And he's used this to his advantage by leveraging his brands, selling them off for multiple millions of dollars over the years. And Virgin Galactic, which is his new project, and he ran into a bit of financial difficulty with Virgin Galactic during the pandemic, but he still stood up tall and managed to keep that company afloat. So going forward now, we definitely know he's going to be successful with this project. On Jeff Bezos' side, if you go and look at what he's doing, like I said, he's risking his own life. Richard Branson is good with people. And on the website of Virgin Galactic, he's actually offered a few people the initial option to sign up for this program, which I think is about $250,000. Now the early entry participants are closed now. So you can get about, I think, 5 seats on this charter flight. So if he's commanding 7 figures a seat, clearly there's going to be demand for it. And if it's successful, there's clearly going to be value as well. And this will definitely be reflecting on the profits balance sheet. So at the end of the day, they're all going to be successful, in my opinion, to be going forward. It's just who does it first, who does it more importantly, safely. Everyone's going to be looking at safety of this. And I think safety is what's going to take everyone, bring money to the bank.
Great stuff. Well, what do you make of the SPAC valuation of estimated at $3 billion for the Virgin orbit for Branson?
I just think it's investors getting excited about the SPAC opportunity. But what is a SPAC? A SPAC is just basically a company with no commercial activity raising capital to front an IPO. Whereas traditionally, people tend to go through the IPO route. But SPAC now has no commercial activity. It's just with the whole concept of raising capital to fund a project, to take over an existing company. So this is where we have to be a bit cautious now, because we're all excited with the vision of Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk. So clearly the smart money is not really in the markets. All retail investors and speculators jumping on this spark wagon. And this is why I think the SEC are bringing measures in place to protect investors, just in case this project doesn't go to fruition, or there are some complications along the way, because in this pandemic, a lot of people have lost money. So I think there has to be some sort of regulation to protect the novice investors who are not financially aware of the fundamentals behind this project. And should it go wrong, they will not lose their hard-earned capital invested into the project.
Thank you for that. Yeah, the U.S. SEC has talked about, writing guidelines for SPACs to protect investors. I want to ask you quickly about what we're seeing with shipping costs and the rise, and whether it can trickle down to final consumers. What do you make of what's happening there?
With the shipping cost, this is very interesting. We have to understand as well, the stock market is actually factored in accelerated inflation. So clearly now, like, from what do we ship? We ship toys, we ship car parts, we ship carpets, we ship textiles and all sorts from China. But as we know, the Far East and China's been hit by this virus and by the Indian variant as well. So we have to factor in costs now. It's going to be more expensive now to start importing these things. We go and look at the docks. How many dock workers are there? Look at the dock ports. They've not been maintained. A lot of factors can be put into place here. So somehow, some way, the retailers are going to be held to ransom. So what do? Do they raise the prices of their goods? Do they absorb the expensive costs and later on inflect the cost in a later on with another product? Or what's the solution going forward? But as we all know, there's nothing we can do. We do rely on importing and exporting from China and the Far East. So clearly, this is definitely going to be a factor contributing to inflation on the market, and the market is already pricing this in. So HSBC are right. It is going to impact the market, and with retailers and consumers will have to adapt to it.
Great stuff. You actually preempted. So does this now extend the inflation discussion with all? We saw U.S. inflation rising to 5%, highest level since like 13, 14 years. Saw the same thing in Japan, the PPI, Producer Price Index. Is the inflation discussion going to be further elongated based on shipping and everything else?
Yes, I definitely much think so. It is going to be elongated. And we have to look at oil prices as well this morning. Oil prices are here are high as well. So shipping requires oil. So oil is transported on big ship vessels as well. So it's not just about the supply and demand on the goods and services. We have to look at oil prices, and oil prices will definitely complement inflation as well. And this is where we've got other avenues like the cryptocurrency. So there's going to be a lot of regulation and control moving forward in the next few weeks and months, and some serious meetings with the world leaders on how to control inflation and how to balance the various economies of the G7.
Fantastic stuff. Ayodeji Osibona, Head of Training and Development at Audacity Capital. Thank you so much for taking us through outer space and also higher shipping costs around the globe. We appreciate your insights.